So is it me or is the purge coming? Because it seemed like no food stamps, government still shut down, people about to be mad, hungry, broke because they rent ain't paid. It's giving purge. It's giving let's get up out of here.
A lot of people were expecting some sort of purge when the food stamps got cut off. And to be fair, I understand why people thought something like this would happen. Because there are thousands upon thousands of people online threatening to purge, threatening to rob, loot, kill, and all of that good stuff. I mean, we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, on both of my channels. So make sure you're subscribed to both of my channels. But yeah, everyone was expecting for things to be a little more crazier than they've gotten so far. Now, I know for a fact there are efforts to make things get crazier. There have been efforts to start protests and riots, but it has not worked out in the way that I think they intended, at least not yet. Now, in some areas, people are stealing. People are looting. And the media is totally ignoring it. We've heard about stores getting looted in Memphis, right? But we had to hear that directly from people in Memphis because the media hasn't told us anything about it. You see, the media does not want to portray these people as criminals, looters, and people taking advantage of the system. They want to portray these people as victims, okay? They want to portray these people who are threatening to kill you and steal your groceries. They want to portray them as victims. So they're not going to report on stores being looted and stuff being stolen. Now, in some areas, you may get the news. Like in Florida, earlier today, a looter at Walmart got neutralized on site by the police. Lost his life after stealing at Walmart, and he was armed, brandished his firearm in front of the police after stealing, and he got taken out right on site. So there are things happening, but the things that we hear about, we only hear about a few things because, like I said, the media is totally working against us. They'll ignore all of the violent threats that we've been seeing, and then they'll go do interviews with people who are crying about being hungry. That's how the media operates. But so far, I don't think we've seen anything as crazy as what we were expecting. In fact, in some areas, instead of there being a purge, instead of there being people out there robbing, looting, and going crazy, in some areas, some stores look like complete ghost towns, right? People are reporting that they're having their most peaceful shopping experiences ever. You see, a lot of people were prepared for straight chaos, and then they go to the store expecting straight chaos, only to be greeted by absolutely nobody, only to be one of the only few people shopping in the store. And this is something that I've seen in various different areas across America. Even in my area, I've noticed, now, it's not a ghost town in my area, but there's definitely fewer shoppers in the stores in my area, at least over the past couple of days. So I'm interested in seeing how this will continue. But first, I want to show you a clip of what I'm talking about. Now, before I roll this clip, though, people often ask me how can they support the channel? And the answer to that question is very simple. You can support the channel in one of many free, quick, and easy ways by simply hitting the like button, subscribing, dropping a comment, and sharing this video on social media. Now, if you want to take your support one step further, if you really dig the channel, if you really like the videos, then you can always support the channel by making a small donation via Cash App or Super Thanks. Always greatly appreciated. But with that being said, let's roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Good morning. I want you to look at something, and you're not going to believe it. It is the first of the month, and there's the front doors in our neighborhood Walmart. And look how slow it is. Matter of fact, if you don't believe, you got to go around the corner. Let's look. Okay, let's go where the noodles are. The shelves are full.
So yeah, some of these stores are basically empty. And as I was saying earlier, some people were going to these stores preparing for war only to have the most peaceful shopping experience that they've had in years, if not ever. Okay? And most people think that this is because all of the food stamp shoppers are no longer at the store. And of course, that is one of the reasons why there are fewer people shopping, right? We know that there's a lot of people on food stamps. We know that there's over 40 million people on food stamps. And if those are the numbers that they're willing to report to us, then I can guarantee you there's probably tens of millions of more people on food stamps that we don't even know about. There's people who are not even U.S. citizens that have food stamps. So the corruption runs deep. The manipulating and gaming the system, it runs deep, right? So there's a significant portion of the United States that are on food stamps. So that is one of the reasons, that is definitely one of the reasons why there's not as many people out of the stores. But another reason that people aren't talking about is the fact that a lot of people aren't out shopping. One of the reasons why these stores are ghost towns is because people who are not on food stamps are afraid. You see, these people have been seeing the warnings. They've been seeing the threats. So they don't want to go to the grocery store right now, and you can't blame them. Sure, there's a lot of people on food stamps who are not out shopping right now. But also, there's a lot of people who would like to be out shopping right now, who would like to be living their normal lives, but they're afraid. Because unfortunately, here in America, we have a lot of people who feel like they're entitled to free groceries. And now we have people who bust their asses every day working hard to buy their own stuff. They're afraid to go to the grocery store. The people on food stamps who get free handouts, they're not afraid to go to the grocery store and steal, loot, and act an ass. But the people who make an honest living, they're afraid to go shopping. They don't want to become a victim. They don't want to get robbed. They don't want to get attacked outside of the grocery store. So that's one of the reasons why you're seeing less shoppers. It's not just because the EBT people are not out and about. It's because normal, everyday, hardworking American citizens are now afraid to do simple tasks like going grocery shopping, buying a few items from the supermarket, because they don't want nothing to happen to them in the parking lot. They don't want to get caught up in the looting and chaos in the stores. They want no parts of it. And if you ask me, that's sad. It is sad that here we are in November. It's the holidays. This is the shopping season. It's sad that people who make an honest living, who work hard for their money, are scared to go spend their money. They're scared to go buy food. They're scared to go to the grocery store. Why? Why? Well, because of all of these low IQ, ignorant, violent people that we've been seeing issuing these warnings and making these threats. So it feels like hardworking Americans are kind of being held hostage by people who do nothing with themselves. Hardworking Americans are being inconvenienced by people who don't do anything with themselves. It's bad enough that they're mooching and leeching off of America in the way that they are. They're parasites. It's already bad enough that we have to deal with these parasites, but now the parasites are making it to where hardworking Americans feel like they can't go buy a freaking hoagie roll without getting robbed. They're scared to go buy some ingredients to make freaking potato salad or whatever the hell they want to make because they don't want to get freaking attacked in the parking lot. So when you go to the store and you notice less people shopping, understand that's one of the reasons why. It's not just because the EBT people ain't got money to shop. It's because people who do got money to shop are afraid, and they shouldn't have to be. But that's where we're at in this country. And we're here, we're in this position because people are afraid to say the things that I say on this channel on a daily basis. And that's the reality. But for now, I want to hear from you down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.